Want to speak real Italian from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at ItalianPod101.com.
Hi guys, welcome to ItalianPod101.com. My name is Ilaria, nice to meet you. And today we're going to talk about the 20 travel phrases you should know. So something quite usual if it happens that, for instance, you're going to travel in my country, in Italy. So let's start. Potrei avere una mappa? Could I get a map? Potrei avere una mappa? Could I get a map? Is actually something really useful, especially if you find yourself in a situation where you don't know where you are and you want to ask someone help. Let's say you're going to a local shop and you say, Potrei avere una mappa? Parla inglese? Do you speak English? Another useful phrase is, Parla inglese? Do you speak English? This is something really, really useful when you are abroad and you want to know if someone speaks English and you say, Parla inglese? C'è un autobus dall'aeroporto alla città? Is there a bus from the airport to the city? C'è un autobus dall'aeroporto alla città? Is there a bus from the airport to the city? This is specifically from the airport to the city, so dall'aeroporto alla città, from the airport to the city. Dov'è la stazione? Where is the train station? Dov'è la stazione? Where is the train station? So in this case, dov'è la stazione is a bit generic in Italian because you can say where is the train station, which is dov'è la stazione dei treni, but you can also say dov'è la stazione del bus, where is the autobus station, you know. You should be like specific because people they might ask you which station are you looking for, train station or bus station, because they are quite different. Sometimes are in different places in Italy. Mi scusi, qual è la tariffa? Excuse me, what's the fare? Mi scusi, qual è la tariffa? Excuse me, what's the fare? You can also say, mi scusi, quanto costa? È questo l'autobus giusto per l'aeroporto? Is this the right bus for the airport? È questo l'autobus giusto per l'aeroporto? Is this the right bus for the airport? You can also say this with trains, with any kind of public transport really, you know? And also, è questo il treno giusto per l'aeroporto? La connessione Wi-Fi è gratuita? Is the Wi-Fi free? La connessione Wi-Fi è gratuita? Is the Wi-Fi free? Then you can check your maps, you know, watch for public transport yourself, you know. You can also say, avete Wi-Fi? Which is actually pretty much the same, they will understand what you're talking about. Ha qualche posto libero per stasera? Do you have any vacancies tonight? Ha qualche posto libero per stasera? Do you have any vacancies tonight? In this case, you are talking about hotel rooms or, you know, any kind of place where you can spend the night, where you are abroad as an hotel or a B&B or an apartment, you know. And you can actually say, avete qualche posto libero? Potrei spostarmi in una camera diversa? Could I move to a different room? Potrei spostarmi in una camera diversa? Could I move to a different room? So let's say you just find an hotel, but they give you like a very small room and you need more things, and you can just say, avete un'altra camera? You know, they will understand that you want to change your room basically. Ho prenotato. I have a reservation. Ho prenotato. I have a reservation. So basically when you say ho prenotato means that you have booked. Potremmo avere il menù per favore? Could we have the menu please? So this is about the food. In English you say, could we have the menu please? And so in Italian you say, potremmo avere il menù per favore? Potremmo, if you are like loads of people, but if you are by yourself, you say, potrei avere il menù per favore? I mean, they will understand exactly what you're talking about. Potrei avere il conto? Could I have the check? Potrei avere il conto? Could I have the check? The check is the bill. You finish to eat and you want to know how much the amount, I mean, that you have to pay for. So you say, potrei avere il conto per favore? Sono allergico alle arachidi. I am allergic to peanuts. Sono allergico alle arachidi. I am allergic to peanuts. This is very important, especially if you're allergic to some food, to avoid any problems when you are around for your holidays, you know. And this is actually a very good example when you say sono allergico. Allergico means that you have an allergy, so you are not able to get this food. So sono allergico alle arachidi. sono allergico al gluten, which means like I'm allergic to gluten, for instance, and so on. Acqua, per favore. Water, please. Acqua, per favore. Water, please. Quanto costa? How much is this? Quanto costa? How much is this? Also, you can say, mi potrebbe dire quanto costa, per favore? Which means like, could I know how much is that, please, Ne vorrei 10 di questi. I'd like 10 of these. Ne vorrei 10 di questi. I'd like 10 of these. Which is like, let's say you saw something and you want to know just the quantity, you want more than one, and you say ne vorrei uno, like I want one, ne vorrei due, I want two, and so on, and let's say in this case is ne vorrei 10. Vorrei questo. I'd like this. Vorrei questo. There is just one particular thing that just grab your attention and you say I want this. Vorrei questo. Potrebbe farmi uno sconto? Could you give me a discount? Potrebbe farmi uno sconto? Could you give me a discount? So this is quite important, especially if you get around quite often and you want to have discounts on things. Let's say you buy like a bunch of things and you want a discount from the seller and you say, posso avere lo sconto per favore? Accettate le carte di credito? Do you take credit card? Accettate la carta di credito? Do you take credit card? Potrebbe farmi una foto per favore? Could you take a picture of me, please? Potrebbe farmi una foto per favore? Could you take a picture of me, please? That might be happening, you are in front of a very important monument and you want someone to make a photo of you. And then you say, potrebbe farmi una foto per favore? With this nice question, we actually reached the end of our lesson, guys. Thanks very much for listening to us, as usual. Please watch us, comment, subscribe, and give us some tips about what you want to know next in our lovely Italian language. From italianpod101.com, that's it. Thanks very much for listening and take care. Bye bye. Have a nice day, guys. Bye bye.